Right guys, so the turtle build. I've been yammering on about it for I'd say around 6 months now I think, and I keep saying this big thing's coming, this big build's going, but I spoke to one of my friends recently who watches the channel and I realised that I haven't actually kept you in the loop whatsoever. So you're probably thinking, why is this taking so long? It's probably a case of, from his understanding, it seemed to be people and him were probably under the impression that I've got another aquarium and I'm just decorating it, and why is it taking forever? Now I have showed many clips before about little bits around the turtle build, which it probably just looks like I'm building an elaborate stand for it. I'm not. So today we're going to have a bit of a look into what's going on with that, why it's taking so long, and what the plan is. Subscribe and join the team. I'm Sean, and welcome to the SGNals universe. So initially, I was intending to do the video uploads in a few stages, so I was going to do kind of an upcoming trailer sort of thing to let you know that it's on its way, it's going to be uploaded soon. Then I was going to do the build, the decorating, and then introducing Marie. Now to an extent I'm still going to be doing that, but we've hit a massive problem lately. So later in the video I'll ask for your opinion, and we'll see where we go with it. But the build is a lot more elaborate than just being an aquarium, so my whole inspiration for it was essentially for it to be a mini pond indoors. That then evolved into having a viewing window on the front. Now if it was just a mini pond, it would be done by now. That's really not that difficult, and it would have been quite simple to do. The window has caused me a world of issues though. So we got to a point where we're putting the liner in, and the bottom segment is going to hold around 700 litres, then there's going to be a top segment that's going to be kind of the air part. You've got 2 foot of a land section on the left, and we can have all our lighting coming down from above, and this is all going to be somewhat reinforced as well, so we could even put something on top of this if we liked. So we made a lot of progress. It's been taking a long time because obviously it has been costing a lot of money, so I've needed to spread it out over various paychecks, and it also takes a lot of time, and I've been uploading to the channel, so blah blah blah. Now before anyone says anything, I'm not going to rush it whatsoever. I have been working on it as much as I can. It is the kind of situation where it's done when it's done. It's such a big build, I can't risk rushing it just for the sake of uploading it. So I will get it done, but I'm going to get it done properly. Now the problem we were coming to kind of the end stretch of the build where we put the liner in, we just finish a couple bits up, we do the top section, which won't take long at all, and we do a bit of decorating. So somewhat easy, not too time consuming. I have recently found out, because the wooden aquarium we did a while ago has started leaking. Now luckily I haven't put anything in there, it was just holding water, I was just testing it, so we haven't lost anything as a result, and the build itself is still fine. But I had a look into things because it concerned me, and it's the reason I did the wooden aquarium, because it was kind of a test run for the idea of the build, because obviously it's a big build. This is the biggest build I have ever done, not just on the channel, I mean my entire life. So I wanted to do a test run, see how it goes. I did some more research into why this might be leaking, because I did a pretty shoddy job on the sealant with the wooden aquarium, to be honest. I didn't seal it very well, but I thought better safe than sorry, I'll just have a look into it. And I've ended up finding out that the liner that I'm using is the problem. The liner that I'm using is, I think, polyethylene, which is not good for adhesion, which means the sealant will stick to the glass, but if it doesn't stick to the liner, what's the point? It will stick to the liner to some degree, but with sealant, typically when it's on glass you cannot peel it off, you need a razor blade to get it off. It's got a real good bond with it. So I did a test square. We have our smooth surface, our scratch surface, a deeply scratched surface, and a crosshatch, so where they go over and over. Because some people online were saying if you do this with sealant on this type of liner, it can help it get a better grip and it could work. I thought we'll test it. I think I know the results already though. So the smooth surface that's been on there for a week, I should not be able to just flick it off like that. Also smeared some down as well, just to make sure it is properly pressed. And again, that shouldn't happen. Scratch surface. Deeply scratched surface. And crosshatch. I really want this build to go well. I want to do it properly because this could last Marie the rest of her life and it could just be absolutely incredible. But it's driving me insane. We had some minor issues in the early days, things like my initial design, there wasn't enough braces, so it was an easy fix because on paper it looked good, but once I built it I realised this is far too spaced out, there's not enough reinforcement, so I put some reinforcement in. It's things like that. There were issues, but they were quite easy to resolve because it was minor things really. And that's always expected when you're doing something like this because I haven't done something like this before, so there's things that I'm learning on the way. This is a massive kick though, because I'm reading so much conflicting advice online now. Because I've peeled those off so easily, I am not using this liner. If it was outside I might risk it, but indoors I rent this house, I cannot risk spilling 700 litres of water on the floor because I've chosen the wrong liner. Now some people online are saying use EPDM liner, which is kind of a rubber butyl type liner, and a lot of people are saying use that, I'll be absolutely fine. And a lot of people are saying don't use that, sealant won't stick to it. So on the other hand, there's things like epoxy resins, pond armour, waterproof pond paint, which a lot of people are saying amazing and a lot of people are saying are rubbish. And this is the issue, there's always contrarian advice when you're looking at products, but for something like this it's not like if it's wrong I can just return it. It's the case of if it's wrong and it doesn't do the job I need it to do, I will destroy the house and I will lose my deposit, and yeah. So obviously because it's indoors it's not something I can risk, and it will just be some money down the drain. It will be a big issue. So now currently it's looking like the epoxy might be the best line to go down. My only concern is obviously I will be moving house at some point. I've designed this build so I can move it, and something like the epoxy could crack when you move it. It's better off being a permanent structure. So that's one of the things that's holding me off of that, which I'm now looking into the EPDM liner, but that's got its pros and cons as well, so I really don't know. I'm researching at the moment. As far as it goes, I don't know. It's a big buffer because I need to be confident in what I choose with. And I was tossing up about just getting rid of the viewing window, because in that case I could just put liner down, I could fill in the gap and we'd be ready to go. But I've put so much work into this and I've put so much money into it that I don't feel there's any point actually doing that at this point. And I really don't like the thought of having, I really don't like the idea of having an enclosure with Marie where she's got this big deep swimming section and I can't actually see her swim. It's it's not quite the same as a pond where you just see the top of the fish. I think we'd really lose a lot of aesthetic and a lot of her behaviours and a lot of her personality, just not being able to actually see in there. So as far as that goes, we will be continuing it. I don't know when. What I will leave you with is, it's up to you guys, it's your choice, because we can either leave it as is and I'll keep uploading my normal videos, and when the turtle build's done I'll start uploading the turtle build. Or what I can do, because it will be a few more months till it's done, what I could do is I could upload part 1, which will be up until where we've got to now, and then later on when we make more progress I could do a part 2, and then we can continue with it like that. As far as that goes, that's purely up to you guys. I really don't mind. I do have the footage, so it's ready to go. It's just a case of, do you want to see it now and then wait for the rest, or do you want to see it all together? I almost kind of wish I didn't start this, to be honest. It's going to be a great build. It hasn't been going too bad, but in the time and money that I've been spending on this, I could have built so many other enclosures. And in hindsight, it's probably a bad idea, to be fair, because as I say, it's the biggest thing I've ever done. So it probably would have been a better idea to do some smaller things first, even though I did the wooden one. But I mean, properly test my skills, my experience and my abilities on things that weren't going to be so hazardous if they went wrong. Because if I built the geckos in enclosure and that decided to break, I'd get a bit of soil on the floor. I wouldn't get a whirlwind of water, a mini tsunami in my house. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, hopefully you enjoyed the update. If you have any thoughts on it, please let me know. And also let me know what you think about the vid uploads. Do you want to see part 1 now, or do you want to wait and have it all together at the same time? That's completely up to you guys. Yeah. Otherwise, maybe I'll do another update soon when I find out what route I'm going down, when I think what kind of ETA we might have on when the build's complete. But for now, that's everything. I will try to keep you guys in the loop a lot more. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday.